America is deeply divided. There are only two sides to every issue, and there is no interest in finding common ground, not even with members of your own family. But as the 2024 presidential election looms on the horizon, there has never been a more important time to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to another installment of the Necessary Conversation. I am, of course, Chad Kultgen. With me, of course, is my sister Haley Pope. Both of us are left-leaning liberal communists, as our father likes to put it. And with us, as always, is my mom, Mary Lou, and my dad, Bob, who are QAnon, MAGA to the core, die hard. I don't even know if you call it Republican. Do you guys consider yourselves Republican?
Yes.
No, American.
Oh,
Okay. That's
I'm
what I saw. I thought it was going to be something else. I thought it was going to be beyond Republican. You guys would be happy to know this weekend I was driving around through Beverly Hills, right by this little park that has the big Beverly Hills sign, and there was a big Trump rally happening there, and people were flying Trump flags right in the heart of Beverly Hills.
That's good. Wonderful.
All right. Well, Mom, you have stated to me prior to recording that you have a rant you would like to deliver. Please feel free. Let's begin the show with Mary Lou's rant.
I will try very hard to not get as crazy as I did last week, but
Okay.
Biden is the worst president in the history of the United States. He is a liar in everything he does and everything his family does.
Yeah.
This week, BINGO, he now has 7 grandchildren. 4 years to acknowledge that. Yeah, that's a little too long. But Biden acknowledged that the crackhead son had a baby with the Arkansas woman named Miss Roberts in 2018. The girl is 4 years old and her name is Navy. That's a very cool name. Biden said it's not a political matter, but it's a private one. Now, this was first told in People magazine, I think it was last Friday, about the baby.
Okay.
Now, I guess since it came out in a magazine, we're all supposed to say, oh, that's so warm-hearted. Isn't that so kind? No. 4 years to acknowledge a baby? They have been denying it for 4 years. In fact, the crackhead had to go to court in Arkansas, and he tried to get less money to pay for the baby because he said he was poor. But he said he'd give her a few paintings, I think. And also the baby couldn't have his name. But now, all of a sudden, we have a baby. I just think he's being shamed into this because of all of the other newspapers have asked him about it. There was, who was it? Peter Ducey, I think 4 months ago, asked him about it. And he said, no comment. It's a family matter. But now we put it in the magazine because he knows he's got to do this, or people will say, you know, it's bad. It's been bad for 4 years, so he's got to have it now out in the open.
You're full of shit. We all know it.
Okay. He has 6 other grandbabies that they do acknowledge that they have been seen at the White House and on family trips with them.
Maybe the cocaine would belong to one of them.
Yeah, well, let's pause and let's wait and see if beautiful Miss Navy, beautiful little girl, will she show up at the White House? I seriously doubt it. And where is the big guy today? He's under an umbrella at the beach because he knows in about 1 year, guess what? He could be in prison. And I hate Biden.
Well, speaking of being in prison, did you see Trump did a walkout at one of his rallies? And as he was walking out, the lyric of the song playing was, he'll be in prison soon or something like this. Did you see this?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
He'll never be in prison.
He will not go to prison.
Dad, thank you for your rant, Mom. Dad, you predicted on January 29th that a nuclear weapon would be used in Ukraine within 30 to 40 days. We are 185 days past that prediction. Has your prediction failed?
No.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's move on. We are going to begin today's program, as we begin all programs, with a question from a listener. Are you ready?
Ready.
Hi, Bob, Mary Lou, Chad, and Haley. This is Matt out here in Commie, California. Quick question specifically for Bob and Mary Lou this week. Is there anything at all redeeming about the state of California? if there's nothing redeeming, would you both be okay with liberal states like California seceding from the nation? And would you be at all concerned about any economic impact that might have on the other states in the nation? It has been said frequently that some of the liberal states carry a lot of the financial weight of this country. Any thoughts on this question? Keep having the necessary conversations.
I'll take this one.
Big fans of all of you.
Yes, one thing we can do in California to help the United States is saw the motherfucker off and float it out to sea. All you idiots that live in California think you have an economy that's going to strap us on. You lost $553 million in revenue in the last year. You can no longer sustain shit. Your crops are going to dry up and fly away. And by the way, California does not. The original. There is no such thing as ideology as white supremacy.
Oh God, here we
because
go.
whites are superior.
Okay, wait. I want to go back to that question. The one thing that California did do for our family and for Chad was give him an education. But how many years ago was that at USC Film School?
And look at the puke it turned out.
When did you
25.
graduate? When did you graduate, Chad?
1999.
Right. Several years ago, that did give our family
that's a quarter of a century
a degree.
ago.
And you know what? When Dad and I would go there and visit, we took you to school there and then did a couple visits. It was fun. It was a nice state.
Now it's a shithole.
I had fun going to Beverly Hills, walking up there at Christmas, the pretty shops and all that, and window shopping. But would I do it now? No, I'd be afraid out of my living mind.
Okay.
So your buddy that lives in California
asked my buddy.
If there's anything California contributes to the United States, zero.
Haley,
I am satisfied with all you liberal motherfuckers floating out towards Hawaii.
Okay,
but
Haley,
you don't understand. The entire state of California is not liberal. It's only the big population centers like Los Angeles.
That's all that we need to do.
Most of California, in between like San Francisco and LA, is super red. It's super Republican.
San Francisco super red. Are you so full of shit?
I said everything between San Francisco and Los Angeles is super red.
Okay.
Well, I don't care.
Okay.
Float your ass out to sea.
Okay.
So you're taking your fellow Republicans, fellow Trump supporters. You're saying float them out to sea?
Yes, get rid of them.
Haley.
Okay.
Didn't you tell me?
And I'll go to war to put you there.
Okay. Haley, weren't you in California
and that includes shooting some of you.
Haley, weren't you in California not too long ago? And then you told me it's changed and you would never want to go back or something. What was all that?
Yeah, I don't want to live in LA. I think it's a shithole, but that doesn't mean California is.
Yeah,
like if you go to Lake Tahoe, no, if you go to like Northern California, it's still beautiful. You know, like the Redwoods, Lake Tahoe, fucking Sausalito.
Well, as the only Californian on this podcast, I will stick up for Los Angeles. It is a beautiful city. I love living here. Yes, we have our problems as all big cities.
Where
do, but we are working to make them better.
Where are you going to get $553 million to pay your fucking debt?
We are going to take it all from Oklahoma taxpayers like you and steal that money to pay our debt. Let's move on. Our first topic this week is Mitch McConnell and Dianne Feinstein. Are they too old to govern? Two high-profile incidents involving Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell and Senator Dianne Feinstein have put the issue of aging politicians front and center. On Wednesday, while delivering remarks to reporters, McConnell stopped speaking and stared into space silently for almost 30 straight seconds before being escorted away from the podium by aides. Later that day, he offered no explanation other than saying, "I'm fine. I'm fine." The following day, Feinstein became confused during a committee roll call vote as she offered general remarks when all that was required was that she cast her vote. Her colleague, Senator
90
Patty
years
Murray,
old, has
had to
Alzheimer's.
whisper to Feinstein, "Just say aye." Proposals that might begin to address the issue, such as term limits or cognitive tests beyond a certain age, confront an instant catch-22. In order to be enacted, they need the support of politicians who might be negatively impacted by them. This week's incidents involve 2 of 5 current senators who are 80 or older. Feinstein is 90 and the oldest sitting senator, and McConnell's 81.
And blind.
McConnell suffered a concussion earlier this year in a fall at a Washington hotel, an incident in which he also suffered a broken rib. The accident kept McConnell away from the Senate for almost 6 weeks while he recuperated. Medical professionals have speculated as to whether what happened Wednesday might have been a seizure or a mini stroke or some result of that concussion. Feinstein, too, has given cause for concern before last week's incident in late 2020. She asked the same question twice in succession, apparently unaware she was repeating herself in a hearing with then Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. One congressional Democrat representing California anonymously described a meeting at which they had to reintroduce themselves to Feinstein repeatedly. The only explanation that Feinstein has officially offered is that she was preoccupied. First question, do you, Mom and Dad, see a difference between McConnell and Feinstein? Is one worse than the other?
No, they're the same thing.
Interesting. Mom?
She had to go let Kitty out.
Okay. Haley?
I didn't see Feinstein. I didn't see any like footage of it. So, I mean, I don't know, but Mitch McConnell, I saw the video, literally just like
fucking
nothing
brain
there.
dead.
Staring into space.
Yeah, I'm all for getting
go
rid of super old people. Like, it shouldn't be allowed. I don't know what the age cap would be. Maybe like 65, 70. But like, this shit has
75.
to fucking end.
But the reverse of that argument is you have somebody like Bernie Sanders, who is 81, I think, and he's still super sharp. He's never had a moment like this. I don't
75. He will have a moment.
Okay. I don't personally necessarily think there should be an age cap or anything like this, but I do support cognitive tests. I think if you have to pass a test to drive a fucking car, you should have to pass some kind of a test to be in the Senate or the Congress or the White House or whatever.
Laws.
I'm back.
So we've talked about this a little bit before. How about having age limits and what have you? How bad do you think this is going to get? We've also had Trump misspeaking and saying gibberish, texting out Kofifi. When?
What's that Kofifi? I don't even know what you're talking
presidency.
about.
Fifi.
What's
Puerto Rico.
What are you talking about?
Kofifi? You don't remember Kofifi?
He's also got to throw something on Trump because Biden's a fool.
No, I'm saying Biden too. Fool. Biden has had many moments where he speaks gibberish at the podium. So is Trump. They're all old.
Every day.
You can't compare Trump to fucking
Biden. Okay, now this is interesting. This is what.
You stop doing
just
it.
listen.
I'm not listening.
Let me ask a fucking question.
It.
Let me ask a question. Because this is what I was getting at with that question about you see McConnell and Feinstein as the same, despite their, I'm talking about their cognitive decline. You see it as similar, despite the fact that they are different parties. McConnell represents your party of interest. Feinstein represents your enemy's party. But then when you go to Trump, you're not able to see that similarity.
I don't see it.
Trump has also had multiple times.
No, he has not.
Okay.
That's a lie.
Next week,
lie, MSNBC.
Next week, I'm going to play
it's
you
a lie,
audio.
NBC.
Next week, I'm going to play you audio of Donald Trump saying bizarre shit but why? Why do you not allow that as evidence?
I've never
because
seen
he's
that.
Smart as shit.
I've never seen it.
I'm gonna play it for you next week. Okay.
How about play?
It's all off MSNBC. Go fuck yourself.
So no, you're trying to
footage of Donald Trump. It doesn't matter where it was played. It is footage of him.
It's AI.
So yeah.
No, it's not.
According to you, it's AI.
Okay. So
this is what. No, wait a minute, Mom. This is what I want to get at. Why are you doing this for Trump? Why do you go to such crazy lengths to defend him?
I have never seen a clip where
Okay.
he acted like Fetterman, where he's blah, 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 blah. I've never seen clips like that. I've never seen clips where he's
He
like
falls
Biden.
upstairs.
I've never seen it.
He couldn't hold a glass. Remember that? He had to hold it
Oh
with
my
two
God.
hands.
Yeah, he
He
did.
was doing this.
Oh, woo.
He fell a couple
As
of
he
times
was
during his
walking.
presidency.
And
Listen,
you know what? At least
look.
he didn't take $50 million from other countries and
Okay,
sell us out.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
You
specifically about.
never do talk about that, you asshole.
I'm talking specifically right now about the fact that Trump is also old
Tell him to
and
bring it.
misspeaks all the time.
All
And
right.
next
does
week,
not.
Blah,
I'm going
blah,
to play
blah.
you
Hey,
clips of
you
it.
know what? You quit wasting 10 minutes of time every goddamn week on shit that don't matter.
Okay, I'm going to play you clips of him next week. Let's move on to the next
Fine.
topic. We're
Okay.
talking about the UFO hearings. Last Wednesday, Ryan
They
Graves,
don't matter either.
Oh God.
retired U.S. Air Force Major David Grush, and retired U.S. Navy Commander David Fravor testified before a House Oversight and Accountability Subcommittee hearing on UFOs. Grush testified that the U.S. has concealed what he called a multi-decade program to collect
So
and
what?
reverse engineer UFOs. He also testified that the U.S. has recovered both technology and what he called, in quotes, non-human biologics from crashed UFOs. And he went further to claim that he knew of people being harmed by the government in efforts to maintain a UFO cover-up. A top Pentagon official named Sean Kirkpatrick attacked the testimony, calling the claims insulting to employees who are investigating sightings. Kirkpatrick was named a year ago to lead the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, which was intended to centralize investigations into UAPs, which is what the government now calls UFOs, in an attempt to rebrand it so that they can, in my opinion, avoid having to be accountable for a 90-year lie. In his rebuttal to Grush's testimony.
Wait a minute. Dad had to get up to go to the bathroom. As he walked by, he went.
My mom is flipping the camera off.
No, I didn't do it. Dad did it.
No, I
as he
understand,
walked
but
by.
but people listening will not be able to see what you're doing. In his rebuttal of Grush's testimony, he said, "I cannot let yesterday's hearing pass without sharing how insulting it was to the officers of the Department of Defense and intelligence community who chose to join AARO. Many with not unreasonable anxieties about the career risks this would entail." In a separate statement, Pentagon spokeswoman Sue Go denied other allegations made by Grush before a House Oversight Subcommittee, saying the Pentagon, in quotes, has no information that any individual has been harmed or killed as a result of providing information about UFO objects. Who do we believe here? Mom, do you believe the Pentagon or do you believe David Grush?
I don't believe the Pentagon, but that was David, whatever his name is, was that the man that got up there and said that they did have bodies of
Yes. What he called non-human biologics. He never said alien bodies. He just said non-human biologics.
That kind of didn't look real to me when he said that. I didn't know whether to believe that or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a distraction.
He's very. Wait, Dad said it's a distraction from what?
Dad thinks that's a distraction from everything happening with Biden crime family right now.
All of a sudden, after 30 years, gives a shit about UFO.
Yeah,
no,
why?
This started during Trump's presidency.
Yeah,
the first UFO article that came out of the New York Times was 2015.
Oh, yeah.
Or was 2017, sorry, during Trump's first term.
Why is it important today?
Well, I think if we have evidence
or a month ago.
Please don't.
It has been important for 6 or 7 years.
Decades.
Yeah.
This has been in the news for 6 or 7 years.
Well, why are we talking about it right now?
Because it's escalating.
Oh,
there was an open congressional hearing.
I thought you said 6 or 7 years ago. Now all of a sudden it's priority one because Biden's got his ass in a crack.
What?
And they want to take the attention away from him being a fucking crook.
No, they just keep doing stuff to Trump.
Do you believe that was also the case during Trump's presidency?
What? That they tried to take away importance from Trump? Yes. Every day.
Okay, so it's the same then.
The DOJ is nothing but a fucking mess. And until they get rid of Garland, it's going to continue to be a fucking mess.
Okay,
but what we're talking about here is UFOs. So
I'm not.
You believe that the UFOs are, and all of this news, the congressional hearings, you believe that this is a conspiracy put together by Biden to take attention away from
the
Hunter Biden trial?
No, I think it's a conspiracy by the DOJ to take away the focus on Hunter Biden and Joe Biden.
And let some
Do
of
you
it
think
leak.
they're real though? Do you believe that they're real?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I don't think it fucking matters today.
Yes, we do.
It doesn't matter today. That's what I'm telling you. None of this shit you're bringing up with UFOs means one fucking thing today.
Okay.
How
Well,
does it
to some
not?
people it does.
Yeah,
Because
to me it means quite a bit today.
I feel like it's
then
everything. It's
then
all I
should have
care
been-
about.
All right. Well, you should have had your big mouth running in a wagon 10 years ago.
Chad always has talked
It's
about.
literally all I care about. I went back and watched Fire in the Sky and I was like, oh, like all these
See how
people who've been
gullible you are?
abducted. If all these people who have really been abducted have these firsthand accounts and a lot of them are very similar, it's like, did that shit really happen though then?
Maybe.
You know what? If
and you know what? Doesn't matter today.
what did they call the
does.
bodies again?
No, it doesn't.
Biologics.
Non-human
Okay.
biologics.
I have to see one of those to believe. I mean, I do believe in UFOs, but I would love to see one of those.
Okay.
That's all.
Do you think this is what I think? I think that
Why
we're
are
at
we
a point
wasting time on this?
It's important to Chad.
because if there is, well, it's not just important to me. This is now political. What I would say is why we're wasting time on this, in quotes, is because in the next presidential election, as we're now moving it, debates are happening this month, supposedly. I mean, who the fuck knows if anybody's going to show up? But the first Republican debates are going to happen this month. I think that because this is now national news, because we've had this open congressional hearing, every presidential candidate is going to have a stance on this. This is going to be part of the debates now. What do you think UFOs are? Do we have bodies? What will you do when you get in office in order to reveal this information, or will you keep it secret?
I disagree.
They will all have to talk about this.
I disagree.
You don't think they'll say one thing about it?
No.
I don't either.
I think it'll go away as soon as whatever this crap's doing with this witness today. If the Democrats have already come out and said, "Oh, there's no evidence in there," well, the Republicans are going to tell a different story. We're talking about.
Oh God, what's his name? Let me find it.
The buddy of
Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden,
that was on the board.
Just ragged him out today.
Okay, we're gonna get to Hunter Biden. That's one of our topics today. We're gonna get to that. But let's
they're
stick
talking
to
about
Devin Archer.
Kevin Archer.
Devin
Archer is going to throw your buddy Joe under the fucking bus.
Okay, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
That's one of our topics. But right now,
This is gonna be an imperative part of
No,
all debates
I don't think
because
it will.
we
don't
already
think it
don't
will.
trust our government. So whoever is fucking up
Nobody's
there saying
gonna-
they're going to talk about
Okay,
this.
wait.
They're not
Haley,
even going to ask about UFOs.
wait. Let's.
Yeah, they
let
will.
Haley,
No, they
okay,
won't.
let Haley put down a prediction. Chad, go,
Okay.
Haley. What do you predict?
I just fucking said it. They're going to talk about this at the debates, like it matters
I
to
predict that
everyone
too.
in the free fucking world.
Okay, you two put it down because I don't think they will.
all right, I'm writing this down. This is going to be. I'll attribute this to Haley's first prediction,
And Chad's.
and this is going to be on July 31st. I'm going to say presidential candidates.
It has to be in the
will
first
talk
debate.
about UFOs.
In the first
Right.
debate.
Okay.
And it has to be GOP because the Democrats.
That's
will
not
be
your
there.
prediction, motherfucker. What's going on here?
All right. We'll let her have the Democratic. poop.
How can you not? It's one of the biggest things going
To
on in
me,
the world
to
today.
me, it's a non-event.
Because
That's
I mean,
fascinating to me. You don't have any curiosity about our place in the universe and what it would mean for other sentient life to exist and potentially be visiting our planet. Maybe
Not
even
for the
working with our
next
governments.
5 years.
I think we have a few more problems.
Not for the next 5 years.
I think we have a few more problems like the border, 85,000 children
The
were
border.
there.
But
You're
it
talking
could
about the
unlock-
border.
It could unlock shit like fucking technology, medicine, things that could advance us as a fucking civilization. Like there
I
are things
care
that we
about-
could benefit from.
I care about veterans, the homeless, the border, the
None
children
of that
are
shit's
missing.
going
Right.
to happen in the
You
next
care about
5
the
years,
border,
Haley.
you say, Mom, but how do you think we should keep aliens, literal aliens, out of our border? They are coming here from other planets with impunity, flying through our airspace. You're talking about like national security type shit. Are you
For
not worried at all
25
about
years,
that?
And now you give a shit.
But they don't
25
bring
years. It's been going on
drugs.
since the 40s.
I don't
All
think.
right, even longer. And you never gave a shit.
I don't.
I
think
have
they
always given a
bring-
shit my
No.
entire life. UFOs
Okay.
have
So
fascinated
full
me
of
since
crap.
I was a
he has.
child.
It fascinates him. It did.
Yeah,
ever
well,
since
you're
he's a
one
little
out of
boy.
about 10 people.
But I don't think the one
No.
in the
They
flying
had a
saucer.
fucking open congressional hearing. Clearly, other people are interested
Oh,
in
dear
this.
God, let me talk today.
Sorry,
I
Mom.
don't.
Go ahead.
I don't think the ones in the flying saucers are bringing fentanyl in and stealing babies for sex trafficking and
Non-human
trade.
biologics. You don't know what that means. Could be their drugs.
I need to see them. Need to see them.
Well, that was what I was going to get to. I think what this hearing has done has put, like, each time a new piece of information comes out, something new happens. The first time that New York Times article came out in, I believe, 2017, we saw a closed door congressional hearing with senators and shit in it. Chuck Grassley was in there. Eric Swalwell was in there. They come out of that meeting. Just listen. They come out of that meeting. And 6 weeks later, the Space Force is unanimously funded across party lines. A lot of people think that was Trump, and they think it's a dumb idea. Trump had nothing to do with it. That was the Senate after they had this hearing from the
Space Force.
Okay.
From
What a crock of shit.
top Navy officials, top Pentagon, DOD officials. They had that hearing. They unanimously voted to fund Space Force, which is now an active part of the U.S. military. So every time one of these things happens, something else happens in our government that inches us closer to revealing whatever. Over the past couple of years, you've seen more videos coming out. There's that fucking insane video of just floating pyramids in the sky going over a Navy aircraft carrier. And each time something like this happens, it moves the bar a little further for what's going to have to come out next to either corroborate or deny what's happening. We are now at a point where David Grush has said the United States government has UFOs, has alien bodies or non-human biologics, whatever, and has also made the claim that the United States government has killed or harmed people in service of covering up this entire thing. The only next step is to show us those pictures.
Photographic evidence, yeah.
Which
They're literally
they
just
won't.
inching us into it. It's,
Yes. I
don't
it's like
think they
inch by,
will.
it's a slow fucking burn, but there will come a day where it's like, brow, TikTok's just full of fucking alien bodies and shit.
Yes.
Not in our lifetime, I don't think.
Yes,
I think
in
it's
our
within the
lifetime
next
for
year.
sure. For sure.
Well, maybe in yours, maybe not ours. The way ours is going
I
right
literally
now.
think it's going to be in the next year.
Well,
Bullshit.
Okay.
don't know.
So thank you for indulging. Let's simmer down now a little bit. I wanted to talk about something going on in pop culture. Dad, this may be a hard conversation for you to have because I know that you have never been on social media. But I wanted to ask, what do we think of Elon Musk changing Twitter to X and all of the things that have gone along with that, from putting up the big sign that is blinding people across the street, stealing the @X Twitter handle from a guy who had it for 10 years or something like this? Mom, what is your take on Elon Musk changing Twitter to X?
I just got on there today and I saw the big white and black X thing and I was like, what is that? I think it's ugly. But then when I got on there, all I saw was a lot of Biden stuff. So I don't want to get back on there again. How great Biden is. That's bullshit. You know how well I like him. But why did he have to change it anyway? Why did he change it?
His reasoning was that his favorite letter is X. He wanted to call, back in the early days of PayPal, he wanted to call PayPal X. He's named one of his kids X-AXXX or something. I don't fucking know. He's just a maniac is how I take it. Haley, sorry, go ahead, Mom. You got more?
I bet it will come out to where too he's going to make us all pay for that.
Well, he already has. You can pay $8 to be verified.
I am not verified and I'm on there and can read stuff.
No,
Right.
verified is
gives
a
you the blue
little,
check
the
mark.
blue check.
Which may be changing to a black and white X. Who knows?
I don't like the X. Have you seen it, Haley?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I don't know. No, I mean, no, I liked Twitter the way it was. Elon Musk is a fucking menace. I don't know. Like, I'm always interested to see what he's going to do next because it's really funny. But I mean, I don't know. We all liked the tweets. We all liked the bird. We all liked the logo. That's what Twitter was. Now it's something different. And I think people are starting to kind of fuck off. They don't want to do it anymore.
I saw somebody on their phone put the bird symbol over the X and like taped it on. Yeah. A lot of people don't like it.
Dad, do you have any thoughts on this?
No.
He hasn't seen the X, I don't think.
Have you ever looked at any
Twitter.
social media?
Yes. You know he does. You know he
Okay.
does. And now,
I actually
guess
think
what?
I
Guess
think
what?
Dad
know
would like
more what's
TikTok.
going on in this world than you do.
Okay. We are no
Okay.
longer buying
Done.
CDs on Amazon.
Congratulations. Welcome
We are-
to 1995.
We're now making lists of songs that he enjoys, and I buy them one at a time. But really, I shouldn't
Buy
be
them.
doing that.
What are
Yeah,
you
just
get
buying them
Spotify or
from?
something.
I know. I buy them for $1.29. Then he makes me a playlist. No, I
No,
need.
get a get
I
a
know, listen to
Spotify
this.
account.
So it
Yeah,
means you guys are
Spotify
paying like
account.
$30 per playlist for $7 a month. You can listen to every song in the world that's
Anything.
ever been made forever.
Yeah.
Through
I don't want to
Alexa.
listen to everything.
Okay.
Well, all you have to do is say the name of it, and Alexa will pull
I
it
don't
up.
care.
Okay, he likes the list. He likes buying one at a time.
Alright. One more question about Elon Musk. Do you think this is the end of that platform? Will it be diminished to such a point that it goes bankrupt and has to shut its doors?
No, it'll explode.
No,
It'll
I think
explode.
it'll
It will
continue.
explode.
Because
I don't know. Everybody hates Elon Musk, so I feel like if he
No, only half of you stupid fuckers hate
Okay.
Elon Musk.
I think he's probably gonna sell it at some point, and somebody will probably, rebrand.
Turn it back into Twitter. He sells it back to
Yeah,
Jack
like
Dorsey.
I fucking hope so. I don't know. Everyone hates
That'd be
Elon
hilarious.
Musk.
Yeah. I think he's ruined it. I keep thinking in the back of my head, there's no way he can be this dumb. He has to have some big master
Yeah.
plan. But it just seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Why
with
do you
every
think
He
decision
could
he
have
makes.
just
ruined
he
it?
could have just bought it and fucking let it ride.
I
But now
agree.
he's an
Wait a minute.
egomaniac. He's like a megalomaniac. So it's all, my kid is X, XXX.
But he's
He's
smarter
fucking
than
insane.
everybody else in the world.
He is
But the
not smarter than
content-
everybody else.
The content that you read on there's the same, isn't
No,
it?
it's not. Well, the way it's aggregated is
Mm.
not the same.
Except now I see
Yeah.
a lot of Biden. Why would I see a bunch of Biden stuff on there when I got on there?
I don't know. You better cancel it. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that simmer down. Let's move on. Let's heat things back up with Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden pleaded not guilty to federal tax charges last Wednesday after a plea deal he struck with the government unraveled when the judge raised questions about the terms of the agreement. The surprise development came at a hearing in federal court at which Biden had been expected to plead guilty to 2 charges of failure to pay taxes under a deal he struck with the government last month. Far from signing off on a done deal, he pleaded not guilty to those charges instead until the two sides can meet and address the questions posed by U.S. District Judge Marilyn Noriega.
I'm not gonna say one.
Biden is expected to reverse his plea if a new agreement for the new information eventually satisfies the judge. The judge was appointed by Donald Trump, and she pressed both sides about the terms of the agreement struck with a U.S. Attorney David Weiss of Delaware, another Trump appointee, whom President Joe Biden kept on to oversee the case. She expressed clear concern about how 2 separate deals, one regarding the unpaid taxes and the other about a gun possession charge, potentially intersected, as well as her purview over them. The original deal included provisions that prosecutors would recommend probation for the tax violations, while a separate felony gun charge would be dropped if Hunter Biden met certain conditions laid out in court. It appears that now the terms of his sentencing will be decided later. Republicans have been fixated on Hunter Biden and the idea that he has received preferential treatment because of his father. What do you make of this, Mom, this last-minute plea change?
I think it's necessary. If the judge would have said, "Oh yes, everything's great," he would have got off on everything, which is stupid.
Mhm.
They're criminals. They should be in jail. My God.
Dad, why do you
Okay.
think he changed it?
Why do I think the judge
Yes.
changed
No, why
it?
why do you think Hunter Biden changed his plea?
Because he was going to lose.
Okay.
The only thing that's going to keep him out of jail is Merrick Garland, and that's not going to last much longer because that fucker's going to get a note for impeachment pretty soon.
We actually think that Hunter Biden is going to flip on the big guy, because somebody's going to prison, and
One of those two is going to jail.
And
That's
Why
a
do you
fact.
think that?
Because they're guilty. They
That
pleaded
doesn't
guilty.
matter. Trump
They
has
pleaded-
avoided
Oh,
jail for decades.
It does if that judge stays where she is. And she's not supposed to be able to change that shit for another month.
I don't think people.
They're not going to be able to hold. You think Hunter Biden's going to go to jail for 5 to 15 years to save his old man?
No.
They hate each other.
I
So he'll
don't think
flip on him.
anyone in that family is going to jail.
I think they
For
will
anything.
all end up in jail.
Yes, because the American people are sick and tired of them bringing in $50 million from other countries, selling us out, selling out our United States. We're sick of it.
Your president took a hunk of money from China to do all this bad news. And as soon as they come out of that deal with this guy today,
Devin Archer.
Joe Biden is going to have more to answer for than he can.
Devin
And
Archer.
we
they're
all
going to
wanted-
prove they're going to prove that motherfucker is in tank with China, and he's going to get the impeachment's going to start.
They already have recordings.
They've already.
We all wanted Donald Trump to go to jail.
DHS guy. They're already talking about Merrick Garland. They're talking about Joe Biden. Every one of these motherfuckers is now on the impeachment list.
They're all untouchable. We wanted Donald Trump
How
in
are they
fucking prison.
untouchable?
Because
How
he's
did-
the fucking president and the president's
No.
kids.
He was untouchable until they prove he took money from China, which is what's going to happen today in these closed door hearings.
Do you
We've
believe Trump
proven all
could go to
kinds of
jail?
shit about Donald Trump.
No, they haven't. Not one fucking thing. They
Well,
just
that's
tell
going to be
you
our
they
next
have.
subject. So let's wait.
Okay.
We'll get into
Whatever.
Trump and how this all intersects. That's our next
Y'all
subject.
full
But
of shit if you think Joe Biden's going away free. He's
he
not.
absolutely is. In this
Okay.
country, here's how
Predict
it
it.
works. If
Predict
you
it.
have enough money and or political power, you
You
control the legal system.
You don't anymore.
Or like the Clintons.
You don't anymore.
You
The
have people
DOJ
killed.
has no credibility. They're not going to be able to make these judges flip, because if these judges flip, their fucking careers are over.
You know, if I was this guy, Devin Archer, Devin Archer, I would go hide under a rock right now, because they're going to come after him. Just like the Clintons killed how many people? 40, 50?
Yeah.
Lots of them. I would
they
be
Oh,
kill?
running scared.
Phil Obama
A
is
whole
already
bunch.
killed too.
Yeah.
So you believe that all of these people are killing in service of what exactly?
To
So-
keep their power.
And to
Okay.
keep quiet of the evils that
so
they have
so
done.
that they don't get turned, so that they don't
have to go to
flip
jail.
the deal and go to prison for the rest of their life, or get hung for treason.
That's why we think that
And that's why you guys keep thinking that Donald Trump's going to lose this. This is going to be the biggest ass kicking in history for a presidential election.
because people
And it's all going to be the people down the middle no longer give a fuck what you guys think. We're voting 100% down the trail, and we're either going to win or we're going to start shooting.
they're
I know
tired
you've
of the
said that.
corruption.
Well, no, it's going to happen, dude. The metal's going to hit the meat. It
Okay.
already has. Did you guys just see where ISIS blew up 53 Pakistanis and took credit for it? ISIS, who wasn't even in existence when Trump was in.
Yeah.
No, he
now they're
was,
starting
but Trump
back.
did destroy them. That is one of
Yes.
the things that
They're
I think he
back.
deserves
They're
credit
They're
for that
back,
people don't
you
give him
dumb
credit
shit.
for.
They
And-
killed 53 people today.
Today. And they'll
Nice.
be
And
back
took
over here.
responsibility for it.
And they'll be back over here.
And they
sooner
did
or
it in
later.
Pakistan.
Right there.
What do you mean
ISIS
back
claims
over here?
responsibility
Has ISIS
for
ever been here?
Pakistan bombing.
No, but they're going to be now.
Okay.
Because, Mayorga let them in. The other fucking impeach article.
Walk right across the border.
Let me ask you this
You
question.
know what? To me, impeachment's not what we should be doing. There should be a bullet in the head for all those motherfuckers.
I know it. Okay. That's
Bullet in the
enough.
head for all of who?
All of them.
Every politician?
No, all the Democrats. Biden,
Oh.
his son, Kamala
Okay.
Harris, Mayorga,
Okay.
Merrick Garland. Shoot them all.
Okay.
Because eventually it's going to come to that.
All right. Calm
Right.
down.
So you're against democracy at this point.
No, I'm for America being number one and you communists dead.
Right. But killing one of the two political parties, all members of it, you realize is not democracy.
Yes, it is.
In what way?
Because when your FBI and DOJ are doing the bidding for the illegal people, you no longer have a democracy. You have to take your country back. So I am Americans first, communists dead.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this then. Do you believe still kind of, at least loosely, in the idea that all of our politicians are meant to be representatives of their constituents in whatever area of the
Correct.
government they work in? And do you believe that you are represented accurately and faithfully by your representatives?
Yes,
Okay.
because they've already told us we either win the election or we go to war.
Who has told you this?
Everybody.
What do you mean? You've had senators and Congress people, Republicans from Oklahoma, saying this?
I'm sure they are, but you don't see it.
Well, that makes it hard to know if they're saying it then, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you watch bullshit.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You're watching some TV channel where Mitch
No,
McConnell is taking a break from his
you-
30-second
you-
stare into
you- you
space to say, we're
always- you
going to
always-
war.
Quit yelling.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You always jump to you're watching Newsmax, and that's where you get
I
all
didn't
your
say
information.
fucking news. I didn't say that.
I gotta tell you something, dude. If you start
Dude.
looking at what's happening on America
shit.
First,
Yeah.
we haven't even the polls and shit. They haven't even begun to see what's coming. And I don't give a rat's ass what you fuckers on the left think, because you're all gonna be dead.
Okay. So me and Haley are going to be dead, and you're happy about this? This is what you're
If you
predicting?
stay communist, it'll come your way.
Are you communist?
And you're okay with that?
Are you?
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I'm
No.
trying to warn your ass
Yeah.
to get out of that pocket, because eventually it won't be me shooting you. It'll be somebody else.
I want you to move out of California. God damn it!
Somebody's going to kill you if you don't flip on this.
How many times have I asked you to move out of California?
Yeah, laugh it up, big boy.
Please move out of California. Please.
The first states that are going to start taking lead are New York and California.
California.
Big time.
In what I
Oh,
get,
yeah.
look, we've been down this road, but it always fascinates me. How do you see
yeah.
this going? There's just going to be what? A mob of Trump supporters with machine guns marching down the street, killing everybody they see?
No, killing everybody who's a communist.
How will they determine that?
They're going to know by the way you vote.
How will they know how I vote?
They already know how you vote.
How?
Who'd you vote for last time?
I'm not going to tell you. Take a guess.
You voted for Biden.
We know you voted for Biden.
Haley voted for Biden. They already got you on record, you stupid ass.
But who gets those records? A
They
mob
do.
of angry Trump supporters is not going to be able to
No.
have voting records of
No.
every person. And then
No.
also, how would they even match it? Let's say they have my voting record.
Your
How would
problem
they know
is
that's me? How would they be
How-
walking down the street and see me and be like,
that-
that guy
that-
is number
Voters
145
registration.
on the fucking voting registry?
yeah, voter registration.
How will they know it's me?
Doesn't matter. Here's all you got to know.
AI.
All you got to know is this. You're talking up your ass. You don't know what
I'm
you're
talking up
about.
my ass.
And I'm telling you, the bullets are going to start flying, and it's not going to come from some mob. It's going to be well fucking organized.
Could be China too.
Well
coming at
organized
you.
what? What do you now? Wait a minute. There's so many things that you're throwing at this. It could be
All right.
China. It's a Trump mob. No, it's a well organized
No.
what?
There's
Militia?
81 million
Yeah.
guys that are ready to go. Metal meets the meat.
Okay, we have seen
81
We
million.
have seen
That is
the
not,
organization
that
of a
is
Trump
not
mob.
fucking mob.
Yelling.
It was January 6th, and they got nothing done. All of those people are in jail now.
and
yeah,
they will be free.
and they will all be
very
out.
soon.
That's not true. Many of them got multiple
Well,
year sentences.
Yeah, and they'll serve maybe 6
All of
months.
it.
They will come
they
out.
won't.
They will get out as soon as
Okay.
Trump's.
And so those
like-
guys, the guy in the buffalo hat and the fucking American flag, that's the guy who's
No.
going to be coming to shoot me.
No, you're fucking ignorant. I just told you there's 81 million of us. Not
81
fucking-
million. Okay, but
not
like when you say of
600.
us, do you count yourself among the angry mob? Will you take to the streets with a gun and shoot me?
I will have to if it doesn't turn over.
You will have to kill your own son
I
if what
wouldn't
doesn't
kill you.
turn over.
Kill you and Haley, but I'll shoot every fucking Democrat on my street.
Oh my God.
And how many of those people do you believe there are, and how do you have that information?
Well, there's signs.
Oh God.
What signs? What are you talking about?
There's signs.
Don't listen to him.
What
nothing.
signs?
Signs in their yard.
Oh, okay. So if somebody has a
I thought
Biden
he's-
sign. I thought you were talking about like signs of behaviors or something.
Me too. Me
You
too.
know, literal fucking like
signs.
Biden sign in the front yard. Okay, so
Yeah.
what about somebody who has
We have
no
a Trump
sign in their front
sign.
yard? I
I'm
understand.
wondering if I should take that down. Someone could try to kill us.
Nobody's gonna try to kill you in fucking Oklahoma City over a Trump
I have it.
sign.
Oh, they stole my Trump sign last time 4 years ago. Someone stole it right out of my effing yard.
Have you recovered from that?
Well, I have a new one, and it's closer to the front
Congratulations.
door, and my gun is loaded.
So I'm saying, what about people who don't have signs in their front yard?
We'll wait until they show their colors.
In what way?
They will.
All Dad's trying to say is we've got to win this next election to get our country
And if I
back.
got to kill somebody to do it, I will.
He won't kill, but we've got to get it. If you know what, we've already talked. If we don't win the next election, we're probably moving. I'm trying to figure
Where are
out.
you moving?
I don't know, somewhere nice, tropical.
No, that's all hurricane shit.
Okay, it's all hurricane shit, but we won't stay here.
Where will
Bye-bye,
you go?
USA. We don't
Oh,
have.
no.
We won't have a United States anymore. Why would we stay here?
Let me
You
explain.
guys
this
are
to
going to be
You
moving.
might as well move to Russia, you stupid fuckers.
If Biden wins the next election and you stay where you are now in Oklahoma, your lives will change exactly not at all. The exact
That's wrong.
lives.
Oh
Do
my
you think
God.
that during Biden's administration, your lives have
Jesus.
become measurably
Where's a brick
worse?
wall that I can just smash my head against because you guys are so fucking stupid?
I'm asking you, during Biden's presidency, do you think your lives have become worse?
Yes.
In what way?
By a mile.
In what way?
Paying more for everything.
Yeah. Inflation is.
I'm
up.
just lucky that I'm a smart motherfucker and I've been collecting interest that offsets my inflation.
Okay.
You guys do not.
Illegals all over the place. Drugs all over the place.
What
The
illegals have you
borders-
come into contact with? What drugs have you come into contact
I've
with?
seen them on the news where they have come
So,
up from the border in the United States. A
4
lot of
people died here in Oklahoma City from fentanyl
yeah,
Okay.
more
Did
drugs.
you know any of
Yesterday.
them?
yesterday.
No, but it's sad.
They're communists.
But so you're not giving much proof here that your lives have changed at all.
Yes, they have.
I would ask you again, in what way?
Paying
You said
more
you're
when I go
smart
to the
info to
grocery
offset the
store.
tax,
We've
the inflation.
lost, yes, but
We've
we've
lost our freedom. That's true.
What freedoms do
getting
you
paid.
now?
I'm
What do you
getting
not be
paid.
able to?
Oh, wait. I know.
I'm
I know.
getting paid for my loss of freedom, but I still lost it.
Your
Okay, what
father
can
and
you
I-
not do now that you could do before?
Right here. Get ready to listen.
I'm ready.
When your dad was ill, he's doing better now, a lot better. I needed to find us a new doctor because one doctor did some bad things and had him on bad medicine. He was 2 weeks from death. I had to call about 7, I think it was 6 different places to try to get us a new doctor. Most of them would not accept Medicare.
Mhm.
On the last call, just because I was wimping a bit, they said, yes, we can accept you, but it won't be with the doctor. It'll be with the PA. And I asked her once when we got in there, why don't the doctors accept Medicare anymore? And she said, too much paperwork. And of $1, they only get paid by the government 80% on the dollar. So they are rejecting old people.
Mhm.
There you go. Has our lives changed since Biden's been elected? There you go. That's
But
one
that's a
biggie,
problem
I
with
think.
the American healthcare system that has been
Oh,
for
Which is
decades.
Biden. Which is Biden.
And Trump. He didn't fix it.
Which is Biden.
Trump didn't fix it,
Yeah, he did.
huh?
We had a lot better health
We
care.
had a lot
when
better
Trump
health care
was
when Trump was president.
All right, let's move on to our final
Yeah,
topic.
let's get out of that one.
All right.
Well, look,
Go
I try to keep this a timed, well-paced show. So we're going to move on to fourth and final topic here. Trump's new charges. Last Thursday, federal prosecutors in Florida.
Hey, you sound like Joe Biden.
Everyone, so I'm having a senior moment.
If you'd fall forward and smack your head on the microphone, it'd look better.
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
Everything's all right.
I have
Last
7
Thursday, federal
grandchildren.
prosecutors in Florida added new felony charges against Trump and 2 of his employees at Mar-a-Lago. Trump and 2 others are now charged with seeking to delete key security
And
footage at a
free-
moment
and
when
free
the
on
investigation into
bond.
Trump's alleged possession of classified documents
And free on
grew more
bond.
serious. Trump has now been charged with another count of willful retention of information related to the national defense regarding a military presentation about Iran that Trump was allegedly waving around to aides at Bedminster, his New Jersey golf club. Prosecution says they now have these papers, and they also have an audio tape of someone at that meeting of Trump saying, this is a secret, and I could have declassified it when I was president, but I didn't. And so it's still a secret. If this is true, it would be a smoking gun revealing that Trump knew the documents were classified and he should not have shared them with anyone. There are
Both
also
have pleaded not guilty and are out on bond, so stick it up your ass.
there are also new obstruction of justice charges being brought against Trump. The allegation is that after the FBI and the Justice Department issued a subpoena for security footage at Mar-a-Lago, Trump and two of his associates engineered a plot again to delete the security footage to keep it out of the hands of the FBI. Haley, do you believe this is true?
Yes.
You believe he tried to delete the footage? You believe he knew
Yes.
these were classified documents?
Yeah, I do.
Mom, do you believe
We
it's
all
true?
do.
No, I don't.
Dad?
No. In fact, the two people that have been indicted have walked away with $100,000 bail paid, and they both pleaded not guilty, and they don't have anything to go throw at them.
Okay.
They're done.
Let's say, just for
Trump's
sake of
paying
argument,
all their legal bills, so they're not
Okay.
going to get drained like everybody else from Mr. Garden.
Trump's not paying their legal bills. You are.
No, it's
Taking
Pat-
all the money that he's getting for his
that's
campaign
fine.
to pay legal bills.
I'll pay him. I'll double ticket.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Just theoretically speaking, just go down this pathway with me, Mom and Dad. Let's say these allegations are true.
They're not.
Let's just say they are.
I already know they're not. So
Okay.
it's not hypothetical. Doesn't matter here.
Okay. Well, I mean, one of the things is they have an audio tape of him saying that he knew.
No, they don't. They
Okay.
say they do.
Okay. Let me.
And if you think I believe the fucking FBI and the DOJ, you're full of shit.
Okay. Again, theoretically, if you have the
There is no
capability,
theoretically. There
go
is
down the
fact.
path with me.
They don't have.
Let's say he did these things. Do you
He didn't.
support him doing these things? Do you support him deleting the tape?
If that's what he wanted to do, I don't care.
Okay, Mom.
Yes.
So you support him committing crimes,
I want Donald Trump as our next president.
regardless of if he commits crimes or not.
Well, he's going to be the next president. Crime. There's going to be more crimes than
didn't
you can
take- he-
count on your fingers, boy.
He didn't take $50 million.
And they're all on the other side of the fence.
Sell us down.
Okay. So
Okay.
you will then support him doing crimes, but with the Biden in quotes crime family, they should all go to jail. Trump does crimes, should not go to jail.
Hasn't been proven.
Trump doing crimes is for America first and should
Mhm.
not go to jail. The Biden family should not go to jail. They should all be executed.
Okay. But the point I'm getting at is you're okay with Trump committing crimes, but not Biden.
That's correct.
Very interesting. And you don't see that there's a double standard there?
No,
I don't think he committed crimes.
because he didn't commit
Okay.
any crimes that the DOJ and the FBI aren't going to throw out
How
there.
many?
And they are such big fucking liars. I wouldn't believe a fucking thing they said. So I don't believe there are any fucking tapes.
All I go back to in my mind,
Period.
it was a debate, and Trump said, Biden, your son has that laptop, he does drugs, blah, blah, blah. And I remember Biden turning and saying, what are you talking about? That is so not true. Da, da,
And,
da, da,
and
da.
I've never talked to my son about
Yeah.
his business.
So
Now I never talked about business with my son and his
so
buddy.
when I have to
Yeah.
pick one side, that's the way I
He's
go.
such a
And
fucking
Hillary
liar.
Clinton told Trump that he was a puppet of the Russian government, and he said, "No Russian puppet, you're the puppet." And then we saw that he indeed was Putin's puppet. He had high-ranking Russian officials in the White House giving them classified information.
And then we saw Hillary Clinton bleach bidding what
So,
30,000
first of all,
emails.
You're going to believe
Yeah,
Joe Biden, the FBI, and the DOJ, and Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump? Well, you got shit
No,
for brains.
they're all
You got
liars.
shit for brains.
they're all
Shit for
criminals.
brains.
The
Yeah.
thing that I can't get around is like how you guys don't see that Trump is just like all of them.
He's not.
He's not as blatant and as bad as like right
The
now.
money he got from Russia was through actual business deals. The money that Joe Biden got from Russia was fucking payola.
All right. Haley, are you there? Are you with us?
Yeah, sorry. Yep.
You've been silent virtually this entire episode. What do you think about anything we've been talking about today?
I don't know. Aliens, that's all I think about. Donald Trump should be in prison. So should Biden, Hunter, throw them all away, start from scratch. That's my opinion.
So now, okay, Mom and Dad, you hear her saying this. She wants Biden and his son in prison.
That's good.
For a reason.
She's coming our way a bit.
Yeah, they're all fucking criminal. The whole political system, they're all fucking criminals. Throw them away.
Yes,
Start
I
again.
completely
But
agree.
are you a patriot? Do you have love for our country? Either one of you. That's
No.
the question.
No.
Chad, do you?
No,
Haley, do you?
no.
Okay.
And not especially. What do you mean, like proud to be an American? Where at
Yes.
least I know I'm free?
Yeah.
Like that shit?
Yes.
If
If the answer is
I don't
no,
know.
you're a communist.
It's not true.
Tell
I have no love
me.
for the communist government either. I have no love for any governments.
Doesn't
I want
matter.
no
You're
authority
gonna be a
except my own
communist.
over
You'll
myself.
be a communist if you win.
And I
have
believe in no
said-
borders. I don't believe in the idea of countries.
I have said this maybe on the second or third podcast. Until you sit in a cemetery and are handed the flag of your dad, and you will someday, of the dad here sitting next to me, that he
dad.
served in the military, maybe you'll get it then. Maybe, maybe not.
I mean, I don't think
I've been
anybody should
served-
have to go to war and die for a country. I don't believe
I've
in
been
that
ser-
shit.
I agree.
I've been
Somebody does.
served 2 flags. Then maybe you'll get it.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
that's gonna
terrible that
change my
people
opinion.
die. It's terrible that people die in war, but I don't believe that war has to happen. I don't think we should be forced to fucking give our lives for anything like that.
I
Those
agree.
2 men of the flags that were presented to me did not die in the war. They served in the war to make our country free. Both of your fucking grandpas.
Yeah.
And that means nothing to you?
I think the way that humanity
That
is structured
means
is,
nothing to you?
of course, the death of anyone in our family means something to me. But
No.
service in a military organization or for a government that I disagree with doesn't add any weight to the death of that person to me. It's just like a job. It's like the job that they chose to do.
Then you're not a patriot, are
Well,
you?
that's how
No.
little you know about your American history.
You're not a patriot.
It was not a fucking job that you were chosen to do.
It's something
You were
wanted
fucking
to do.
drafted.
Sure,
to do.
Vietnam, there was a draft, which I disagree with even more than
Korea,
just war generally.
Korea.
Yes.
And who are we
I
fighting
disagree.
in Vietnam and Korea? Smart guy.
I would personally love to see a world where
Chinese,
all of the
motherfucker.
time,
Chinese.
effort, and intelligence and development that we have put into making weapons of war and waging wars, I would love to see a world where all of that money and effort goes into healthcare or general upkeep of the human population.
And give it all away.
You fucking live in a balloon.
So you're socialist. You're socialist.
No, he's a retard.
He likes to give money away.
I don't like money. I want money to be eradicated.
Oh,
What does that
and
make me?
This was brought up by one of my friends who I cannot indulge in their name, but you always told me don't talk to people, about the podcast that reach out. Well, I've broken that rule a couple times already, but she said, just tell your son his motto, none of this is real.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. There you go.
That's a great line to end on. None of this is indeed real. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you have any questions that you would love to have my parents or me or Haley answer, just record it in a 1 minute or shorter audio clip and send it to thenecessaryconversationpod@gmail.com. I go through them all, pick the best ones and play them here. And before we go, as we always do on the show, despite our political differences, despite our differences of views about basically everything in the world, it seems like we are still a family. And that means, Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Haley, I love you.
Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Chad, I love you.
I love the way Haley just goes, Chad, I love you. Haley, I love you. Bob, I love you.
I love
We
you,
need
Chad.
like
I
a
love you,
fucking-
Haley. Shut up.
Need like
I'm
a
loving-
play.
I love you, Haley. I love you, Mary Lou. And I love you, Kid.
Did you say Chad?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right off the bat.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We'll be back next week as things are
Jesus.
heating up and we're about to get into these first Republican debates that are coming up, I believe, at
Yeah.
the end of this month. Should be interesting to see if Trump shows up or not. But thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next week.